Recording in progress.
Well, very good morning, guys. Um, so fine. So last class, I talked about the data types to you. I given you the complete information regarding the data types. So in this process, we learned about various things about the data types here. Like I said about the value types, reference types. I started from the discussion of the value types, reference types, nullable value types, implicitly typed variables, var keyword. Then I explained about dynamic type, differences between var and dynamic. And finally, we ended the discussion talking about boxing and unboxing. What is boxing? Converting a value type into a reference type is called as boxing. Unboxing? Converting a reference type that is created from a value type back into value type. Okay, your reference type that is created from a value type back into a value type is called as unboxing. Yeah, guys, this is what I have just been explained to you over there in the previous session about boxing, unboxing, and all the things. So today, I'll show you a program, guys. What is my intention? I want to write a program for taking two numbers from the user, add them and print the sum of the two numbers. Simple code. But I want to take input from the user. So main intention is how to take input from the user. Okay. Take the input, add the two numbers and print it. So I want the program should be running something like this. Watch this. If you understand this code now, what is it asking you? Enter username. I'm entering some name here. Now I'm asking you enter password. I'll enter some password here. So something happens. Same way, I want to write a program. When I run the program, it has to ask me, enter first number. I'll enter something. Second, if I enter second number, I'll enter something. When I enter the first number and second number and hit the enter key, it should print me the sum of the two numbers. I hope this clarifies you. Understood? So this is what exactly I wanted to do now. So it has to promptify for two numbers and print the sum of the two numbers. That's what exactly what I want. Okay. How to write the code? Let us see. First, open your developer command prompt. Which drive? D drive. Which folder? C #10. I'm writing a program with the name called as addnums. Guys, actually, till now, how we used to do? We open the notepad, write the code, save in the folder now. The simplest way, guys, directly open the command prompt. Go to your folder. Watch it, what I'm doing. Directly open the command prompt first. I did not open the notepad. I opened command prompt. I went into my folder. Now I'm going to say notepad addnums.cs. Do we have this file available? No. The file is not available. When I hit the enter key, it will ask you. I did not find any file called addnums.cs. Shall I create it for you? Yes. So directly it is created on the same folder. Again, you don't require to go select your folder, save it and all the nonsense. Straight away the file is created on the same folder. Easiest way. Are you clear? Okay. So what you'll do? Directly open the command prompt. Go to your folder and just simply say notepad addnums.cs. It will prompt you. Shall I create it? Now it won't prompt. Why? Already I said yes earlier. Already created here. So it will prompt you, shall I create? Just click on the yes button and that is created. Click on the yes button and that is created for you. Is it clear? Fine, guys. So this is how you can open the code. Yeah, first, come on, let's write the code. How to write? Using system class addnums static void main. Now, what's my intention? My intention is when I run the program, it has to prompt me what? Enter first number, not username. Enter first number. So first I am going to clear the screen. Console dot clear. Now it has to prompt me. So I'm writing console dot write line. Enter first number. Now guys, watch it. Enter first number. Save the code. Now compile it. CSC addnums.cs. Yeah, no errors. Addnums. I'm running it. First, it will clear the screen and prompting. Enter first number. But did you notice it's prompting me, but it's not waiting for my input here? See here? Waiting for the input. But here, see? It's not waiting for the input. Are you clear or not? Do you want it to wait for your input or not? If you want the system to wait for your input, in the next line, you should use a statement called console.readLine. You're required to use the statement console.readLine. So what is this console.readLine? Console.readLine is similar to the scanf statement we learned in C language. Scanf. To come to scanf, printf to print the output. Scanf to read the input. If you want to read the input, we use the statement called scanf. It's exactly same. Console.readLine. So when I use console.readLine, when I use this console.readLine, it is just going to wait for the user's input. Okay. So guys, observe. Now come back here, recompile the code and execute the things. Waiting, but waiting on the next line, see? Waiting, but waiting on the next line. But here, cursor is waiting on the same line. See the cursor blinking on same line. But here, next line. No. When you say enter first number, I should be an option to enter beside that only, not below it. Correct? How to resolve it? Nothing, guys. Here use write method. That's all. What is the difference between the two? The difference between the two is write is printf, write line is printf plus /n. Array, write is printf here, write line is printf plus /n. Means prints and comes to next line. Write is printf, prints and stays on the same line, doesn't come to next line. Whereas a write line means it will print and come after next line. That is the difference. Sorry. Save it. Recompile, execute. Watch it. Is it clear, guys? Yes or not? Now I'm going to enter value. How much? 100. When I hit the enter key, it will read that value into the code now. It will read that value into the program. Okay? Now carefully listen. The readLine method, what I used here, will perform 3 actions actually. The readLine method, what I used here, will perform 3 actions. What are the 3 actions? Action number 1, waiting for the user's input. Action number 1, waiting for the user's input. Wait, watch it. It is waiting for the user input. Action number 2, then the user enters the input and hits the enter key. Hitting the enter key, what is the use of hitting the enter key? Hitting the enter key is to tell I am done. Our system is thinking still you will enter value. So by hitting enter key, you are telling I am done. So when you enter the value and hit the enter key, what it will do, you know? It will read that value into the code. It will read that value into the code. The second action is reading the value into the code. Then once the user finishes entering the value, it will read the value into the code. Did you understand? What is the first action? Waiting for the user input. Second action, reading the value into the program now. It reads that value into the program. So once I hit the enter key, the value is read into the code now. How do I get that value now? How do I get that value? Remember, readLine is a value returning method. ReadLine is a value returning method. What is that? In C language, guys, we learned about non-value returning functions, value returning functions and all. See, void add int x comma int y. What do you write here? Int z is equals to x plus y. Then we say printf what? Percentile d comma z. We print the value now. Correct? Huh? Second way how you can write a method, value returning method. What is value returning method? Int add. Sorry, I'll change the name. Int sub. Int x comma int y. Int z is equals to x minus y. Then we say it's a value returning method. What the method will do? The method will return a value. How do you call them, guys? Come to main. You start calling them now. How do you call? First, let us call the add method. How to call the add function? Add of 100 comma 25. Directly output is printed on the screen now. Directly output is printed on the screen. Now tell me, can I capture that output and save it in a database? Do you understand my question? When I call the function, it prints the output on the screen now. Can I capture that output and save it in a database? No, yeah, you can't do that. Why? The function straight away prints the output on the screen. You cannot capture that result. You want to store it in a file or you want to store it in a database? Not possible. Are you getting me or not? Now look at the second function. Second function is a value returning function. How do you call? Int result is equals to sub of 100 comma 25. Now what happens, the value 100 goes to x now, the value 25 goes to y now, x minus y is 75 assigned to z and z is returned back and that will come into result. Now tell me, can I print the result on the monitor? Tell me, yeah, be active. This is what I said yesterday. Be active. Can I print the result on the monitor? Can I store the result in a file? Can I store the result in a database? Anything is possible. Why now? The value is in the variable. I can store in a database. I can store in a file. I can display on the screen. Anything is in my control. But here, I can't do anything. This one, what will happen? Directly output is shown on the monitor. Can I save in the database? Not possible. But here, the output is not printing on the monitor. The output is coming into a variable. What is a variable? So you can print it, or you can save it in a file, or you can save it in a database, or you can send this result as an input for another function. Anything you can do now. Are you clear or not? So what is this? Value returning function. This is a non-value returning function. We learned in C language, non-value returning, value returning. Now remember all of you, right line is non-value returning. Clear is non-value returning. What will right line do? Print out on the monitor, that's all. It will print output on the monitor. Just like our add function prints output on the monitor, right line is also printing the output on the monitor. Read line is like our sub function. Read line is like our sub function. What's it? It's a value returning method. It is a value. What it will return you? It will return the value. What it has read? It has read some value on the monitor now. It will return the value to you. It will give the value to you. Now see, you capture the value here now. Yes or not? Same way, you can capture the value here also. You can just capture the value here also. How? Int x is equals to. Understood my point now? That x is coming to your code now. What can I do with it? I can do anything what I want now. I can save that x value in a database. I can save the x value in a file. I can pass this x as an input to another method. Anything I can do. First thing is, I need to read that value. I got it. Where is the value? X. Is it clearer? Yes or not? Okay. So, fine. Can you answer this question? What is the return type of this function? Integer. Can I capture it like this? Come on, answer me. Can I capture it like this? No, you cannot. Why? When that is returning integer, how can you capture in a character now? Yes or not? When it returns an integer, you cannot capture it in a character. How to capture? Integer only. So capturing like this is valid or invalid? Are you clear? Is invalid. What error come? Cannot convert into to char. What is the error? Cannot convert into to char. Are you clear? Okay. I'll tell you why I said all these things to you. Now come back to here. Yeah. Console.read line. I'm capturing it in the index. I'm capturing this in the index. Come on, guys. Let me compile the code now. When I compile the code, I'm getting an error. All of you read the error. Can you tell me the reason why I got this error? Just now explain the concept to you. Why am I getting this error? Cannot convert string to int. You watched the complete movie and finally asking who is the hero of the movie, sir. I said you that much clearly to you, explained you, and you are not able to trace it out. Return type of the function is string, but you are capturing it in an integer. That will now explain you here. Return type is here the return type is integer. So can I capture a character? No. What error will come? I said you cannot convert into. Now also got the same earlier. Cannot convert string to int. Now understand, yeah, interpret. That's based on that. Understand now. What is it? The return type of the read line function is not integer. The return type of the read line function is string. It is a string. So you are trying to capture it in a integer. That's why you are getting the error now. Are you clear? Read the error message again. String it cannot be converted to integer. It's not possible. Are you clear? So that is the reason why you're getting an error. Now tell me, is this valid? Yes. See now, you don't get any error. You don't get any error, see? No error in the compilation. Okay, now problem is I don't get any error. Now I want to read one more number. To read another number, I'll write the same code. What? Enter. Second number. S2 is equals to. Now the first number will come into S1, second number will come into. Can you add them? No, you cannot add them. Why? Array, we cannot do arithmetic operations on strings. Adding two strings, multiplying two strings. If you try to create, what it will do? Concatenate. It won't add. Array, the value of S1 is 100 and the value of S2 is 50. What you expect? 150 now? But what it gives you? 10050. Because the strings, on strings, if you to use a plus, it won't add, it will concatenate. So if you want to do an addition, what to do? You should convert into integer again. You should convert into integer again. Are you clear? Yes or not? Okay, how do I convert? Watch guys. Int x I is equals to, any name, no problem. Int I is equals to, yesterday I explained you know, convert to dot 2 into 32 of S1. Are you clear? Yes or not? Guys, watch it here. Here, what happened, you know? I value what I'm entering is integer only. The value what I'm entering is integer. But the value came into the program as a string. So what happened? Implicit boxing happened there. So what I am doing, that what I said to you tomorrow, I'll show you a practical implementation for boxing and unboxing is ready. Watch it now. See, I will enter what? A numeric value. I will enter a numeric value. All of you, watch. I'm running the code and compiled it and I'm executing the code. Concentrate on this. Enter first number. What did I enter here? Integer. Correct now? Sorry, is it correct now? So now when I hit the enter key, the value comes into string. The value comes into boxing happens. See now, integer converted into string. Okay now? So now in the next line, you are converting the string back into integer. Why to convert? Otherwise you cannot do addition. Array with a string you cannot do addition. So convert into integer. What are you doing? an explicit unboxing. See, I'm using this convert dot explicit conversion. This is called. I'm doing a explicit unboxing. Are you guys clearer or not? You may be having a doubt. Sir, why readline method is returning a string? Why don't it return a integer? Why don't it return a integer? The reason why it don't return integer, if it returns integer, you can read only integers. Tomorrow, if you try to give a Boolean value, or if you give a decimal value, or if you give a character value, or if you give a string value, it won't work now. Did you catch my point or not? If what readline is returning string, but readline's return type is integer. If readline's return type is integer, do you know what the hell now? You can read only integers. If you give character, error will come. If you give decimal, error will come. If you give a Boolean, error will come. If you give a string, error will come. But what is the return type now? String is the return type now? Because it is string return type, reference type, you give integer also can be converted to string. Double also can be converted to string. Float also can be converted to string. Boolean also can be converted to string. Error won't come now. That is the reason why the return type of the method is taken as string, not as integer. Are you clear? So that is the reason for taking it as string. So internally what it will do? It will do boxing and convert of the integer into string now and will come up here. And now you are performing a unboxing. How to do unboxing? We are calling a function. What is the method? 2 into 32. Where is it defined? Convert class. Convert is a class. 2 into 32 is a method. This is one way how you can do. Another way, multiple options are there for conversion, guys. For conversion only multiple options are there. Another option, see, int j is equals to, you can write like this, int dot rs s2 is also same. This is also same only. Another way of conversion. For conversion, C# gives you multiple options to you. For conversion, C# gives you multiple options to you. This is one style of conversion. This is another style of conversion. I'll tell you the difference. We'll talk on this. But both of them are doing the same thing only. Is it clear, all of you? Yes or not? So boxing and unboxing involved here now? Tell me. Boxing and unboxing are involved here. Implicitly boxing has been done. So now I gone for an explicit unboxing. Now can you add the two numbers? Int k is equals to I plus j. Console dot right line k. Okay. Watch. No. Yeah. They compile the code. Execute. 150. Got it? Actually, guys, I'm expecting output like this. What? Sum of 150 is 150. Mark 150 is 150. This is what I'm expecting. Are you clear? Okay. So it should print 150, whatever you enter. Tomorrow you enter 125 and 10. It should print sum of 125 and 10 is 135. Whatever you enter, that should print there. Are you getting me? Okay. How to get that? Hey guys, watch. To achieve that, can I write like this? All of you, carefully observe. Sum of I and j is k. Go on, answer me. Can I write like this? I'm telling you, be active. Open the mouth and answer. Right or wrong? Open up first. No, we can't write. Why? Or if you write like this, it will print you sum of I and j is k only. It won't print you the results there. Did you get me? What did it print you? Sum of I and j is k. You want to see sum of I and j is k? What do you want to see? I value, j value, k value is what I want to see there. Are you getting me? So let me save it. Let me save it. Watch. Compile it. Run. 150. That is not what we are expecting. We are expecting 100 in the place of I, 50 in the place of j, and 150 in the place of k. And now we have a doubt. Sir, why sir I, j, k are variables na? Why the values are not coming here? Because we learnt about this in our C language only, remember. Variables and expressions, if enclosed in the double quotes, will not be evaluated. Are you clear what I said here? variables and expressions, if enclosed in the double quotes, will not be evaluated. Means the compiler at the time of compilation, it will not evaluate I as a variable. It will not evaluate J as a variable. It will not evaluate K as a variable. It is not going to evaluate I, J, K as variables. It will do that. If the compiler really evaluates I as a variable, J as a variable, and K as a variable, what is the problem, you know? If compiler evaluates I as one variable, J as one variable, K as one variable, do you know what is the problem? Okay, I'll make yourself understand. Now come on here. Replace I with 100. Come on, replace I with 100. Replace J with 50 and replace K with 150. Did you understand what I said here? Tell me what the output. Sum of, come on, louder. 100 and 50. Why is here 100 as na? Why are you telling is? You're replacing I with 100. When you replace I with 100, every I should be replaced then. Did you catch my point or not? This is why the compiler won't do. The compiler don't replace every I now. Why compiler don't know which I to replace? How compiler know, yeah, this is variable, this is not a variable, it doesn't know. Always it will replace. So what is the output? Is it satisfactory now? That is a problem. That is why variables and expressions should never be enclosed inside the double quotes. Where they should be? Outside the double quotes. Are you clear? Where they should be? Outside double quotes. Then how to write? Yeah. How to write the code? What? How to write the code? This I, this J, and this K should be outside of the double quotes. So carefully watch it. Double quotes started here now. So before the I and the double quotes. Okay, use a concatenation operator. Now see, I is inside the double quote, outside the double quote. Outside the double quote. Now come to end. End should be inside or outside? End should be inside the double quotes. End cannot be outside. Are end is string. End is not available now. End should be inside the double quotes. Again, concatenation operator. Again, start the double quote. And that should be inside or outside? Outside. Then end the string here. End the string here. Again, concatenation operator. Are you clear? Now coming to J. Now E should be inside the double quotes. So double quotes. K should be inside or outside? Outside. So plus K. That's how you should write. You see now, double quote started here, ended here. Sum of will be printed. Now in the place of I, what will be printed? I value 100 will be printed. Again, this is printed as it is. Now here, the J value 50 will be printed. Again, this is printed as it is. Now here, the K value 150 will be printed. Now will you get the correct result? Guys, understood? This is how. And this is a very traditional way of writing the code since 1960s, since 1950s, when COBOL, Pascal, Fortran programming languages are available. From that day onwards, we are following this approach. Nothing new. The very old story. Okay? But when you come to C language, guys, to simplify this printing process, we are given with an option. When we come with C language, to simplify this printing process, they given an option. What is that? Today, three variables are there here, but tomorrow if 10 are there, starting the double quotes, sending the double quotes, putting the concatenation operators will be a bit confusion. Yes or not? To simplify that, they given an option like this for us. What is it? Sum of, okay, I and J is K. This is the actual statement, but I cannot write it like this. So to overcome this problem, in the place of I, recollect yourself, we say percentile D. In the place of J, we say percentile D. In the place of K, we say percentile D. Now we come put a comma here and say I comma J comma K. What will happen? The I value goes and sits in the first percentile D. The J value goes and sits in the second percentile day, and the k value goes and sits in the third percentile day, and you will get the correct results. So that you'll have a clarity now. You don't require to start double quotes, end the double quotes, concatenations, not required. How many things you have? In all the cases, use percentile day, and now use the variables here. So this ijk are inside the double quotes or outside the double quotes, sir? It is outside the double quotes. So I value will come here, b value come here, k value come here. What we call this? We call this a format specifier. We call this as a format specifier. Percentile D, it's a format specifier. Are you clear? Guys, we have a problem here. This is how we used to write in C language. We have a problem here. What is the problem? ijk are integer, we said percentile D. If ijk are float, percentile F here, we can use percentile F. If ijk are strings, percentile S. Based on the data type of your variables, you are required to change the format specifier here now. Array, different data types. For everything, I require to change it on percentile D, percentile F, percentile F. There's a bit confusion. To overcome this problem, concept is same only. C# made it still simple for you. What is it? This is how you write in C#, not percentile D. We just use indexed parameters there. Indexed parameters. We call them as placeholders. Means you're reserving some space there. You're reserving some space here. You're reserving a space for 3 values. I will come into 0, J will come into 1, and K will come into 2. You know what is the advantage? 2 advantages. First one, ijk can be any type. Integer, float, double, boolean, character, string, anything comes there. I don't require to again change to percentile D, percentile F, not required. Second advantage, tomorrow you will have a perfect count of how many values you are substituting. Suppose there are 10. You say percentile D 10 times tomorrow. On a quick look, you need to count how many percentile Ds did you write, 1, 2. But now you're having a sequence 0, 1, 2, 3. On a quick glance, when you look at it, the last value is 99, means 100. Easy to understand now. Are you clearer or not? These are the 2 benefits of using this compared with the percentile D. Percentile D is what we used in C language, and placeholders are what we are using in the C#. Now tell me, which one is simple? First one or second one? Louder. Second one is much simple compared with the first one. Okay, this is a very old process the industry is following from 60s. This is the approach what C# has provided for us in 2002 for writing the code in a much simple way. So save it, compile it, execute it. You get the same output only. There is no difference. Check out. But second option is simple. Second option is going to be simple here. Okay. So what you do? You just use placeholders like this. How many are there? That many placeholders. What will happen? I value will come and sit in 0. J value will come and sit in 1. K value will come and sit in 2. Understood? Tomorrow we have another 2 parameters. What do we say? 3, 4, comma, the 2 extra variables what we have. That's all. Okay now? Now, this is what they introduced in C# basically. Later on, in C# 7, 6 or 7, forgot. In C# 7, not C# 7, C# 6 only. They made the things much simple. They made this thing still simpler. Still simpler they made. How? Like this. Console dot write line. See guys, remember this is the easiest way of writing the code now. Sum of I and J is K. Is this the easiest way of writing the code or not? Tell me. But what is the problem? Your problem is the compiler don't know what is a variable there. The compiler don't know what is a variable. So it don't know where to replace. So if it starts replacing I said all I's will replace. So if I can tell to compiler, replace this one only, replace this one only, replace this one only, problem solved now. How can I say like this? I'm highlighting my variables, see? If you notice, I'm highlighting my variables. I'm telling this is a variable, this is a variable, this is a variable, replace them. You don't touch this, is not this I now. Correct or not? Let us see whether I get the output or not. No, did not get it. Still we got IJK only. Still we got IJK only. Okay, just come here. Replace, sorry, before the string, type a dollar symbol there. Type a dollar symbol. Okay. Got it. It's a new feature that has been added in C Sharp 6.0 called as string interpolation. That's called as string interpolation. If you prefix a dollar sign before a string, you can directly use variables and expressions inside the string within the curly braces. That's all. Did you catch my point or not? If you prefix a dollar sign before a string, you can directly use variables and expressions inside the string under the curly braces. Just to highlight them, that's all. How to highlight them? By the curly braces. You can use variables here, you can use expressions here, whatever you want, you can just write, but it should be prefixed by dollar. So what do you call it? String interpolation, introduced in C Sharp 6.0. Okay, so now you see this is a very old version of writing the code. This is how we used to write the code until C Sharp 5.0, and this is how we are writing the code from C Sharp 6.0. Is it clear, all of you? If anything I did not explain you here, that is only about the parse method. Remaining all the things I just explained for you, what will read line do and all the things. What I did not explain you? Parse method. Okay, what is the parse method? I'll tell you what is the parse method. Just a minute. Before explaining about the parse method, why did we write this program for adding? Why did we write this program? For adding two numbers. Yes or not? Numbers are two integers. Actually, our intention we started is to add two numbers, but finally we are written the code for adding two integers. What is that? Guys, look here. If I try to give a non-integer, error will come. Error now. That's what I'm telling you. Our intention is to write the program for adding two numbers, but finally this ended up with two integers. Tomorrow I cannot add a two numerical decimals now. Right, decimals cannot be added, guys. Only two integers can be added. Are you clear? What is C Sharp 5 and C Sharp 6? They are versions, yeah. The versions of the language. The latest version of the language is C Sharp 10. 2002 C Sharp was launched. The first version is C Sharp 1.2. And the latest version is C Sharp 10. In between, we have so many versions that came into picture. Are you guys watching the videos who missed up the introduction classes? Are you guys watching the videos? Watch the videos here. Whatever introduction classes you missed up, watch the videos. In the videos, I give an explanation about all these particular things. Programming part, from here we started. But before that, just introduction, watch all the videos. I posted every video on the Google Classroom. Is everyone added in the WhatsApp group? All of you. Online students, are you added in the WhatsApp group? In the Google Classroom, you have the WhatsApp group link also. Join the WhatsApp group. While installing, it is giving till C Sharp 6. Where is it giving? Did you install Visual Studio 2022? And Visual Studio 2022 is a C Sharp 10 only. If you install 2022, that is C Sharp 10 only. Okay. So basically, when you are just going to write the code, based on the version, we need to change our particular code. Tomorrow, you are working in a company. In the company, they are using C Sharp 5. They are developing applications with C Sharp 5. Then you cannot use the latest. You can't use the latest. Which one? The C Sharp 6 features. What do you require to use only? C Sharp 5 features based on this. VS 2019. Yeah, VS 2019 is okay, but on the top of it, install Visual Studio 2022. Madhuri, watch the video. Watch the video. I explained in one of the video. On 2019, you can install 2022 over it. How to install and what to install, watch the video. Out of support, there are core versions. Out of support versions are core. Out of support are core versions. Core 2.1, Core 2.2 are out of support now. 3.1, 5 and 6 are the latest. Coming back, yeah. Subal, you were listening to the classes from day one, na? Then again you're asking C sharp framework again. I very clearly explained you framework is different, language is different. Watch the videos again if you have any doubts. I already explained you framework later. They are learning the latest version of .NET. .NET version is 6. Under .NET, C sharp is a language. C sharp version is 10. Are you guys clear what I said here? We're learning .NET. C sharp is a part of .NET. C sharp latest version is 10. But on the top of C sharp, what is .NET? The name of the concept is .NET. .NET current version is 6. .NET 6. Under .NET 6, we have so many languages. C sharp, VB, F sharp. So many languages are there. Under that, C sharp is one language what you're learning. And that language version is 10. Language has its own version and the .NET has its own versions. Okay, still confusion, that's why only without confusions only. I posted all the videos to you on the online. Watch the videos carefully if you have any doubts. Okay, yeah, where we missed up, we want to add two numbers, but we are able to add only two integers. We want to add two numbers, but what we are able to add is only two integers. So what to do? What to do here? Simply, you are reading the value as an integer. That is why you are getting error. See, you are converting into integer. Am I correct? So now, what did you enter? How can you convert this into integer here? Can the value be converted to integer? Huh? If you want to convert the value into integer, either you need to truncate it or round it. If I truncate, what is the value? 134. If I round it, what is the value? 135. Do you clear? Without your consent, computer won't do anything. Without your consent, computer will not take any decision and cut off or truncate and do any of these particular things. You did not tell anything there. So it will tell you error I cannot convert. Why? The value is a double, cannot be converted to integer. Are you clear? To resolve this problem, what I am doing, I am reading the value as a double only. I'm reading the value as a double only. So what should I write here? Convert dot 2 into 32 or convert dot 2 double? Convert dot double. Okay, same way here also. Double D2 is equals to, not into dot, what is it? Double dot parse. I'll explain about the parse method here. Hold on, we'll talk about it. Okay, next here. Double D3 is equals to D1 plus D2. D1 plus D2. Next, replace I with D1. Replace J with D2. K with D3. Again, same thing again. D1, D2, D3. And see, this will be the beauty I said here. No need to change anything here. That will work now also. Okay? Here also. D1, D3. D1, D2 and D3. Okay? Save it. Recompile. Execute. Now I'm giving 150. Adding two integers, right? You can see now, one is an integer, one is a decimal. Decimal integer. Clear? Now tell me, can I add two numbers or two integers? That's what. Just convert it back into adding. First, to start with, first I said integer. But if I take integer problem is, I can add only integers. Finally, the same code I converted for you into double. That's it. So now I can add two numbers, not two integers. Okay? Yeah. Not about the variable names here. Type names are important, not variable names. You can leave the name IJK also. Just changing to double I, double J, double K. No problem. I change the names are very not mandatory. Okay. Fine. So what I need to explain you still is only about the parse method. What is this parse method? Listen. What is this parse method? All of you carefully listen. This is a static method defined under all the last class you learned value types, reference types now. All fixed length types are value types now. So parse is a static method defined under all the value types, okay, which can convert the given string, a given string into a type on which the method is called. What's the meaning of it? I'll show you practically, you'll understand. Watch. String S1 is equals to, watch it carefully, the value is integer only. But unfortunately, the value is present in which format? String format. Same thing happened here. When I give 100, in the input when I give 100, the value is coming and sitting in S1 now, where S1 is holding the value not as integer, S1 is holding the value as a string now. Did you catch my point? Okay. Now, I want to convert this into integer back again. How to convert? Int I is equals to int dot parse S1. Listen, what did I say? Parse is a defined under all the value types. Now int is a value type now. Under that parse is a static method. If it is a static method, I'll call it with type name now, int dot parse. Array, console is the type, console dot write line. Now int is the type, int dot parse, static method, int dot parse. What are you passing? What it means, which can convert a given string into a type on which the method is called. You are calling the method on integer, so this will convert the string into integer. Is it clear, all of you? Now you tell me the code, guys. String S2 is equals to, come on, you tell me the code now. Double D is equals to louder double dot parse S2. Double dot parse S2. Same way, string S3 is equals to false. Bool is equals to S3. Are you clear? Under all value types, you find this method. It can convert only strings to the appropriate type. It doesn't take any other thing. What it can convert is only strings. Are you clear about the parse method? Okay. So choice is yours here. What you wanted to use. In the sense, here I shown you two different ways. I just shown you. This is one way. Which one is easy? That is your choice. I feel like this is going to be much easier than calling convert to not to double. Tomorrow anyone looks into this, easily understand. Double dot parse means it is converting into double. Although no restriction here, you can use whatever you want. Okay? You can use whatever you want. It's like the typecasting, typecasting or conversion, whatever it is. Casting. Here also we're doing the same thing only. Either this can be used or either this can be used. So I shown you both options to you. What do you feel? Simply use that. That's your choice. I'm leaving it to you. Clear? Okay, when I write in the code, what I feel comfortable, I will use that particular option. I may use parse method, or I may use convert class and do it also. Wait until I teach you Visual Studio, Hamid. I said you practice in Notepad. Don't open Visual Studio. You don't know how to work with Visual Studio now, then how are you working there? I said you write the code in Notepad. Okay, and another thing I want to tell you, I said you write the code in Notepad. Reason is to make you understand the syntaxes. If you write in Visual Studio, what do you know? Yeah, it only will write all the code. So don't do that mistake. Second thing I want to tell you, don't copy paste here because they're given the notes document to you. All the people are copying and pasting on the notepad and practicing. Is it the way to practice? When will you know how to type? Tomorrow in the real time will copy paste. I given the notes for you to practice. Don't make the habit of copy pasting. Are you clear? Type on your own first. When you type, you will understand what are you typing. If you copy paste, you will not understand anything at all. Clear? So don't do that mistake here. I'm giving you the note seriously so that you can verify your code. You compare with the code what I type and what you type. Compare. That's all. I'm not giving the code for you to copy paste and run. Don't copy paste. I'm very seriously telling you. Type it. You should be in a position to write the code in such a way to write the program without looking into the notes. Are you clearer or not? You need to spend on the system such time. You should be in a position to understand the concept. You need to understand the concept. What are we doing? What is our intention? That's why when I started the program, I said you very clearly, what is my intention? My intention is to take two numbers from the user, add it and print it. Put that in the mind now. So based on that, step by step, we build it. So you should be in a position to write a program without looking into the notes. Here, copy paste is a very bad habit. Don't do that again and again. You will never understand the subject. End of the day, what you will know is only copying and pasting only. You will become a big dumb. Am I clear? Type it. Spend on the system, writing the code. Errors will come. Try to read the error messages. You will understand the errors. Check line by line each and every step. Are you following the cases correctly or not? Keywords are in lowercase or not? Names are in Pascal case or not? You are not comparing. Anyone get doubt? Simply posting this on the WhatsApp groups are error. Don't you just try to find out first? You try first. Where are you getting the error? Check it out. A line number, it will tell you a line number, everything. Go there. See what is the mistake. Understood? Your self skills should be developed. You need to just, if you cannot do, you tried a lot, it did not happen, then come back to me. You got an error, immediately you're going to be fixing up the code. A guardian error. Are you clear what I'm telling you? Just first try yourself. Okay? Take the help of Google. You want to just watch a movie, you'll search Google, who is the hero, who is the actress of the movie. You got a problem, you cannot Google that. Do that. This is important for you. Got it? Okay? So spend time on the system, not watching movies. Spend time on the system practicing. Clear? So that's what. So now you're just talking about the parse method. Are you clear what about the parse method? I'm teaching about the topic only here. You don't require to tell me what to teach and what not to teach. Okay? So this is about the parse method and this is about the this one. So choice is yours. What you wanted to use. Whether you wanted to use the convert class or whether you wanted to use the parse. Okay. Now see in the notes, I just given you up each and everything for you. Like I given the explanation for every topic. What do read line do? Everything. You can see here. Yeah. This is a program. Taking input from end users into a program. This is the code. So here I used and here I used dot parse. Okay. Now here I send you all the three options to print. See. Is it traditional? This is introduced in C# and we use it until 5. And this is the latest what we do from C# 6. And here is the information for you what will readline method do. 3 things I said you know. Waits for the user input. When the user finishes entering the value, immediately read that value. 3rd. And see guys, this is the signature of the method. This is the signature. What is the signature of the method? Array, these methods are predefined here. These methods are all predefined. We did not define the method. These are all predefined. So when a method is predefined, how did they write the method? Not about the logic. Understand the signature of the method, with the first line of the method. That is called signature. See, the method is a public method. Because it is a public method, you can access the method from anywhere. Okay? And the method is a, we already learned about this one, remember? Read line is a static, that's why you prefix the class name and you read it. Third one, string. What is that? Return type. The return type of the method is string. And the name of the method is read line. And it doesn't take any parameters. That's called signature of the method. Is it clearer or not? So can I see the code of this particular class? Yeah, you can see the code of the class also. Can I see the code of the class? Yeah, you can see the code of the class also. Actually, guys, Microsoft, what it has in here, the complete source code of all the libraries, was given to you. The complete source code is available. You can just go through the source code if you want to. But you will not understand now because you are still in the starting stages. You are still learning how to write a class, that's all. But going forward, you can go through the source code of each and every library. Okay, just very simple. Open Google. Watch. Just type console class source code. C# console class source code. C# console class source code. Type any class you want. Okay, hit enter key. Hit enter key. If you just enter the enter key, it will provide you a link for GitHub. Are you aware of GitHub? GitHub is a centralized repository where all the companies are placing their code today. GitHub is a central location where all the companies will place the source code today. Tomorrow you work in a company. Why today all of today what is the culture in the industry? Work from home. So many people are working on a project. Everyone is sitting in a different locations and working. How this code is integrated? Are you getting my point or not? Every day, end of the day, whoever completed their code, they will push their code into a central repository. They will be pushing the code into the central repository. This all the code will be present in that central repository. We call it as a GitHub. From there, the other people can download the code. Is it clearer? So I written some code here. I will put into GitHub. Now you want that code. You can connect to GitHub and download that particular code onto your system. But there are so many tools available like DevOps. There are so many different tools available like DevOps, source tree. So many tools are required. You are still in the starting stage here. Going forward, you will be understanding all these things once you start working in the industry. But I'm telling you the pattern how it will be present. That's called GitHub. It's a central repository. Every company will put their code. Even Microsoft has put the code open for you there. Are you clear? What is the difference? The difference is your company code you put in the GitHub, but not accessible to others without credentials. Your company code you put in the GitHub, not accessible to other without credentials. While Microsoft code is accessible to everyone without credentials. It's open source. That is what we call as open source. Did you hear the word open source? Open source means free to access for anyone. Anyone can access the particular code from the GitHub. So this is the link now. Okay, just click on this particular link here. It will take you to GitHub and it is going to show you the code. Stop your videos. Be careful with your videos, guys. Yeah. See the name? Console.cs. Same pattern now, console.cs. Now under that, here is the complete code. See, it was importing so many namespaces. See? We are importing only one namespace. Which one? But it is importing so many namespaces. See? Are you clear? Imports all the namespaces and is a code what you have in the class. Is the class console. Is the class console what you have and is the complete source code. If you go through the code, nearly some 2,304 lines of code is there. That much of code is present in that class. Like this, how many classes are there? I said you 15,000 predefined things are there for us to consume. So we can see the complete code in this particular location actually. Sorry. Guys, what? This is what I said you. This is the signature of the method. Can you see? Public, static, string, read line. Are you clear? That only I printed you in your notes to you. That is the signature of the method, guys. Watch it. Clearer, huh? So when they define the method, the return type is taken as what? String. So every value comes into the program as a string only. You can't change it? No, you cannot. That is string only. What to do is read it like a string first and then convert into the type you want. Okay now? Fine. One more thing I just wanted to show you here. Just a second. Concentrate on this code once. These two lines. Come on. What are you doing in the first line? You're reading the value and storing it in a string. You're reading the value and storing it in a string. What are you doing in the second line? You're converting the value, converting the string into the type you want. Okay, now you can write this code in a simple way like this, guys. Watch, double d1 is equals to convert the dot to double. And now, what are you assigning to s1? Console.read line only, na? So you can directly use the console.read line here without taking assigning to s1. Did you understand? A method inside a method. A method inside a method. First, which method will execute? Inner method. What is inner method? Console.readline. That inner method, first it will execute now and it will read the input and returns a string. The string is now taken by the outer method, converts into double. So this is the simplest way. Tomorrow, when you start working in the real-time environment, we don't write the code like this. This is how we write the code. Why? Unnecessary declaration of the variables will unnecessarily consume your memory resources. Are you clear? So this variable again space consumption without all this effective usage of the memory. So no declaration of the extra variables will be present and code becomes simplified. Understood? See, because in the program, except here, did you use the S1 anywhere? Tell me. Then why to declare a variable for that? Yes, na. Now coming to D1, except here, did you use the D1 anywhere? Yes. I used the D1 here. 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 Multiple places I used D1. So declaring a variable makes sense. But coming to S1, you're not using it anywhere yet. Declaring a variable is unnecessary, going to waste the memory resources for you. So that's not at all a good option. That's not at all a wise choice. So don't do that mistake. So straight away, what do you do? In the place of S1, what do you write? Next time onwards, I'll write the code like that only. Is it clear? Same way here also we can do. Can you tell me? Double two is equals to double dot parse console. Simplified. Clear? So like this, we just try to understand some simple techniques. Some simple techniques when we are writing the code to simplify that. First time for explaining, I'll explain you elaborated code, separate and write for you. But finally, I will merge up the code into single statements to you, so that in the future when you are writing the code, you will be writing in a simplest way without writing multiple statements over there. Is it clear? Okay. So that's what I have. Yeah, guys, just given the information about that also here, you can see. Both the two things. And then about the parse method. What the method takes? The method takes a string as a parameter. This method is used to convert the string representation of a value to its equivalent type on which the method is called. You're going to convert into the equivalent type on which the method is called. Here you are calling the method on integer. So convert the string into integer. Here you are calling the method on the double. Convert the string into double. Here you are calling the method on the boolean. So it is converting into boolean. So guys, what about this now? Watch. String str is equals to 10. I have string like this. Now tell me, can I convert this into integer? Double, boolean, character, that will be an error. Why? That's purely string. Remember that. That is purely string. Yesterday we learned. Purely string means reference type. Cannot be converted to value type at all. Cannot be converted to, if I try, error will come. If you try to do a conversion, what will happen? Error will come. See, look all of you. I'm just giving 100 here. I'm giving 100 here. In the second we use the pass method now. And for second one we use the pass method. I am reading 12 A 43 something. Error. Error. What is error? The input string was not in a correct format now for being converted. Are you clear? Without doubt. So don't get error when convert to table. There also will get error. Yaar. There also will get error. If you try to give a wrong value, there also you will be getting an error. Here also see. Error only. Value cannot be converted. If the value cannot be converted, it will throw you an error. We'll get runtime errors. Okay? We'll learn, guys, how to handle or how to deal with the runtime errors in our applications. We'll deal in a concept called exception handling. That's a separate topic. Okay? Just ignore the errors now. Enter correct values and you will get the correct results. But tomorrow, what is the guarantee end user will enter correct value? End user may enter the wrong value. Further, we require to induce what? Error handling code in the applications. We will learn it in our later classes except about a topic called as exception handling. There I'll explain you about how to take care of the runtime errors. And finally, you will have information on string interpolation. Is it clear? So string interpolation and what is the string interpolation? Introduced in which version? The C# 6.0. We got the string interpolation in the market. Okay, from then we're just going to use the string interpolation over there. Okay now? Fine. Guys, so are you clear about data types now? Are you clear about taking input from the users? Okay, so did you get the correct picture of boxing and unboxing? Yes or not? Every point I'm pinpointing you guys, it's yourself now. You're required to practice and read the notes carefully. Okay, the next thing is, from tomorrow we'll start about this particular thing here. We'll discuss about operators, conditional statements. You learned in C language now? If condition, while loop, all these particular things. See, one will tell you about all these things tomorrow onwards. But see, one thing I want to tell you. I'm not going to teach you how an if condition will run or how a loop will run. I will only just give you a gist of all the things, that's all. Because some changes and enhancements are there, I'll highlight you, that's all. But don't expect me to teach you about an if condition or to teach you about a for loop or a while loop. It's not my cup of tea. That's what I very clearly said here. You need to learn these basics in C language only. Some enhancements are there, some changes are there. I will tell you about those enhancements and changes, what are the problems, how they are resolved here. All these particular things we'll discuss. Is that clear? So tomorrow we'll just look into the conditional statements. So before that, if you have your C language notes or C language textbooks, once refer to the conditional statements, if conditions, switch cases, loops and all, so that it will be easy for you to understand the topic much easier better here. Are you clear? And guys, for your convenience, if you have doubts on this, you refer to our Naresh IT YouTube channel, YouTube/Naresh IT. We have posted hundreds of videos on C language for you. Every video will be 5 minutes, 6 minutes videos, that's all. 1 hour if you sit, you can cover up 5 or 6 videos. Every topic, we have posted videos on C language. The teacher will be Mr. Srinivas. Mr. Srinivas is the teacher and you will be having excellent videos on the C language. If you have doubts on C language, my recommendation for you is, suggestion for you is, refer to the videos. YouTube/Naresh IT. YouTube.com/Naresh IT. You'll go to the Naresh IT channel and there you will get all the videos of the C language. Is it clear? So just refer. Tomorrow we'll just discuss about all the conditional statements in the code. Okay, let's stop. We'll meet tomorrow.